Day. Now today's video is going to be a review of a Halloween mystery wax box I received from Effy's wax company. My gosh, I have to say their presentation and everything like that was absolutely blinking fab. I was so impressed. So it did come to me in a lovely box. I will get a picture of everything, of how it was delivered to me on screen for you so you can see it all, but I've just put everything in here for now because I have so many boxes around my house and I need to get rid of them. So as I said, the box was actually £20 including postage. You got 14 cents, and in the majority of the wax melts, different scents you got, there was more than one wax melt, there was multiple wax melts, and where there was just one wax melt, they tended to be, some of them, pretty damn large. So can I just say, value for money, fantastic. If anything, I think she should put her prices up, but yeah, value for money is absolutely fantastic. So let me just go through with you all of the goodies, get my lippy on there, all of the goodies I've got left in this box. So I've burnt, melted, whatever you want to call it, every single wax, and I'm going to go through with you all of them today. So let's just get rid of the largest one first. So this one here is Poltergeist's popcorn, and I loved this scent. Really gorgeous buttery popcorn. You didn't need loads of these little cubes. You got, like, let me just show you, these like little squares in there. Oh, I love it. I'd say you need I'd say probably about, maybe, and they're very small, I'd say you probably need about 7 of these. Look how small they are though, if you want like a good strong scent. Now if you don't like popcorn scent, you're not going to like it, but for me, I love popcorn scent, and it was a gorgeous buttery creamy popcorn, a slight sweetness to it as well, but a gorgeous buttery popcorn. And I'd say strength out of 10, 10 being the strongest, I say that was an 8. It did last for my whole tea light, and yeah, I thought it was a really good strong buttery popcorny scent. Not really, a little bit of sweetness in there, but I'd say it's mainly a buttery popcorn scent. So that's that one out of the way. Just get rid of some of the tissue paper on here, and I'm just going to start picking them out of here and just go through them as I find them. So the next one here is Scooby Scraps, and as you can see, there were these gorgeous little paws. So you get 3 in total in this little bag here. Let me just sniff them here so I can just have a little reminder of what this one was like. Oh yeah. Do you know what this reminded me of actually? It's funny when you first smell something and then you melt it and you think, actually this smells more like this, but this had a nice sweet marshmallowy scent to it, a nice sweet mallow scent. I'd say it is it's not as strong as the popcorn one, it's still strong. I'd say about a 7 out of 10 for scent throw. Gorgeous sweet mallow scent. So watermelon, what am I talking about? Marshmallow scent. So if you like marshmallowy kind of scent, you should definitely, you know, be melting that wax melt. The next one I have here is called Double Bubble and Trouble, and sorry, I've got little bits of sequins dropping all over me from this box. It was so cute. And I got in here, oh, let me just get this out. It was a skull and a bone, a green skull and bone. I loved, oh, do you know what? This one was super strong. This for strength, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And with this one, you've got, I'm going to try and do this in a not offensive way, this wax melt. It's an elder, a more mature scent, I'd say. Really good still for Halloween. It's like a musky scent with a bit of cotton, like a cotton kind of scent in there as well. Like a, what do you call it? Baby powder scent, sorry, cotton, what do you call it? Like a baby powder scent with like a more musky scent along with a more mature perfume. But a kind of mysterious scent to it as well. Super strong. I say 10 out of 10 for strength on that one. That one was super duper strong to me. The next one I have here was Clown Around, and you had in here 2 wax melts, and they were sort of reminded me of like kind of the buttons or the shapes you'd get down like a clown's outfit. Yeah, and this one reminds me of like an orchard or apple or bobbing apple, whatever you want to call it. I'd say this was a really strong scent, 8 out of 10 for me. If you're, you know, a really, really good scent to burn. If you were having like a Halloween party and you had bobbing apples and stuff like that, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Now, the next one I have here is Child's Play, and I loved how this wax melt looked because it reminded me of Ghostbusters 2, I think it was. Ghostbusters 2, when they had the, was it 1? When they had like the pram and it flew off. I can't remember, but, oh, I love this one. This was a kind of licoricey, aniseedy kind of scent. Definitely a bit of aniseed in there, a bit of licorice. And again, oh, very, very strong this one was. I'd say 8 out of 10 again. Really, really strong scent with that one. I'm just diving into this little bag as I go. Now, Casper's Cookies. This was, we just got one wax melt in here. I've melted half of him. As you can see, it was a little ghost or ghoul, and half of his bottom has fallen off because I've melted half of his bottom. But this wasn't actually, I thought, when it was said Casper's Cookies, I thought you'd get like a strong cookie scent, and you don't. You don't at all. To me, this is more like a sweet Haribo-y scent with maybe a slight cookie scent to it, but not much. I'd say this is about a 6.5 out of 10. Slightly less strength on this one, slightly less strength or scent throw. But again, really, really strong scent, and I only used half of it. Remember, I only used half of that wax melt. Oh, love this one. This one here was Cake It Carries, and I used just under half of this teeny, teeny tub. Love this scent, so, so gorgeous. It reminded me of like a walnutty, slightly coffee cake. Absolutely gorgeous. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I just wish it was blinking bigger, that one, because I really, really, tried to put it on the floor. I really, really enjoyed that scent, really did. Probably one of my favourites out of all of it. Now, the next one I have here was Chuckys Bride, and this came in a fantastic, really, really large coffin shaped wax. I've melted, as you can see, under half of it. Definitely under half. Now this reminds me a bit of a men's aftershave with a bit of like licoricey sweet in there as well. Yeah, it's like a men's cologne-y kind of scent with a bit of sweet in there with a slightly licoricey undertone. Yeah, it definitely was. And again, a strong scent. I'd say a 7.5 out of 10 for that on that one for me. Really, really good scent. Quite a unique scent actually. The next one I have here is Pumpkin Pie. Now, if any of you know me, you know how much I love pumpkin scents, anything pumpkin, and I absolutely blinking love it. I really, really do. But this to me, I got in here 2 pumpkins and I melted half of one. So, and this to me is more of a, there you go, so you can see the little pumpkin there. This is more of a spiced pumpkin, if that makes sense. It wasn't necessarily a creamy pumpkin, a spiced pumpkin. I love the scent. I'd say it was about a 7.5 out of 10, but a spiced pumpkin. So if you're after a creamy pumpkin scent, you're not going to get that with this wax melt. But again, I really enjoyed that scent. The next one I have here, oh gosh, I remember this one was super strong. It was called Scream, and it was basically some teeth. I only used half of the wax melt, so as you can see here, I have half of it left. My gosh, so, so strong. Herby kind of patchouli kind of scent with the undertone of like a musk to it. So strong. 10 out of 10 for strength on that one. And I don't think I even needed to use half of that. I needed to probably use a third. So strong, that one. The next one I have here is Hocus Pocus. Again, this one was really, really strong. I used half of this little, it was like a little cauldron. As you can see, I have half of this. I have half of this left. And oh gosh, something about this scent reminds me of DKNY Delicious. It does. Something about that scent reminds me of DKNY Delicious. It really, really does. Along with something else. Trying to remember. Trying to put my hand on it. No, finger on it. Hand on it. Finger on it. What it was. With a little bit of slight sweetness in it. And again, so, so strong. I'd say that one was a 9 out of 10. Super, super strong. Let's go. I'm getting there, everyone. I'm getting there. The next one I have here was these little sort of hearts, black and white hearts, and they were called Beetle Juice. Who didn't used to love Beetle Juice growing up? If you're of a similar age to me, I used to love Beetle Juice. So let me just have a little whiff of these again and show you all what they are like. So you get sort of little black and white hearts, very, very small. Yeah. This reminded me of Jelly Tots. And it did smell like Jelly Tots when I melted it. I'd say I'd say this is about 7.5 out of 10 strength-wise, and definitely reminds me of Jelly Tots. It really, really did. The next one I have here is Candy Man's Cane, and you got 3 sort of little lollies here. I melted one, and to me, it smells like Snow Fairy, along with another kind of sweetness to it. It's like maybe a slightly sweeter Snow Fairy. Love it. If anyone knows me, I live for Snow Fairy. I love Snow Fairy. Snow Fairy is one of my favourite scents of life. I love it. And I'd say the strength wise was, I'd say about a 7.5 out of 10. The only thing I could request on this is that it was blinking stronger, just because I loved it. Not that it wasn't strong, because it still was very strong. It was like a 7 to 8, but I'd love a 10 with this one, just because I love that scent so much. And that is everything. So I believe I've gone through every single one of the waxes. Actually, I believe there was one more which I don't have here, was a brain. But anyway, I have to just go without with that one for now, because I don't have it on me. I think I've left it behind somewhere. I think it was a sweetie scent, like a sweet kind of scent. But anyway, overall, super impressed with Effy's wax melts. I will leave all of their details in the description box down below. They may be doing Christmas boxes. I have no blinking idea, but I have to say, value for money, fan blinking tastic. If anything, I believe this box should be more expensive. As I said, you think you've got over 20 cents, well 20 wax melts, 14 different scents, and £20 including postage. Fantastic deal. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I hope you have a lovely day.